In the center of Australia, on a flat stretch of land near Alice Springs, sits a facility that has been sealed behind decades of secrecy. It appears quiet from a distance, with white radomes spread across the desert floor like oversized spheres. There are no public tours, no signs inviting visitors, and no explanations for what happens behind the fences. The site is simply known as Pine Gap, and for almost 50 years, it has remained one of the most heavily guarded intelligence locations in the world. Pine Gap did not begin as a mysterious symbol. It began during the Cold War, when the United States and Australia signed an agreement to build a joint defense space research facility. Officially, it was described as a place for satellite tracking and communication. Behind that description, however, was a classified mission that would develop into one of the most important intelligence operations in modern history. The facility became central to monitoring missile launches, gathering electronic signals, and supporting global surveillance efforts, long before the public understood how extensive such systems had become. The location of Pine Gap was chosen for several practical reasons. Its distance from coastlines made it difficult for foreign ships or submarines to intercept transmissions. The enormous desert landscape provided natural isolation. The clear skies and low radio interference were ideal for satellite communication. And because it sat in the center of the country, the chance of surveillance by foreign powers was significantly reduced. These factors made it a nearly perfect environment for a high-security installation tied to space-based intelligence. Throughout its history, Pine Gap has been associated with the United States National Security Agency, the Central Intelligence Agency, and Australia's Defence Intelligence Organisation. Though the public statements about the base remained vague, leaked documents and official disclosures over the decades gradually revealed its true purpose. Pine Gap plays a key role in controlling and receiving data from satellites that monitor communications, weapons tests, military movements, and global activity across vast regions. The facility is part of the intelligence sharing network known as the Five Eyes Partnership, linking the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. One of Pine Gap's primary functions is related to geosynchronous satellites positioned above specific parts of the Earth. These satellites remain fixed relative to the planet's surface and can intercept electronic signals, including communication links from foreign governments, radar systems, and other transmissions. Pine Gap receives and processes this data, sending information to agencies that analyze patterns, detect potential threats, and monitor adversaries' capabilities. This mission began in the 1970s and continues to expand as satellite technology advances. The base also supports missile launch detection. During the Cold War, the ability to identify launches in real time was critical for understanding intentions, preventing miscalculations, and maintaining strategic stability. Satellites connected to Pine Gap could detect heat signatures and movement associated with ballistic missile tests. The information allowed analysts to track developments in missile programs around the world. Today, this capability remains part of Pine Gap's role, contributing to early warning systems and global monitoring. Over the years, Pine Gap expanded in size, staffing, and equipment. The number of radomes increased, each protecting a satellite dish from weather and shielding its orientation from observation. Additional buildings were added, and the workforce grew to include Americans, Australians, and specialists from various intelligence backgrounds. Despite the presence of hundreds of personnel, the facility remained isolated from the community. Those who worked inside were bound by strict confidentiality agreements. Most employees never discussed their work, and the true scope of operations remained classified. Public understanding of Pine Gap shifted when various leaks brought attention to the facility's activities. Early revelations in the 1980s linked Pine Gap to global signals intelligence programs. Later, in the 2010s, documents released through international whistleblowers indicated that Pine Gap contributed to worldwide data collection. Analysts could use the facility's satellite capabilities to monitor targets in conflict regions, intercept communications, and support operations far from Australia's borders. These reports sparked debates about privacy, sovereignty, and accountability, though many details remain undisclosed due to national security restrictions. Beyond intelligence gathering, Pine Gap has strategic significance. The base strengthens the defense relationship between the United States and Australia. It provides data essential for missile tracking, arms control verification, and understanding military developments in the Asia-Pacific region. The information Pine Gap processes supports decision-making at the highest levels of government, giving both nations insight into potential threats. The remoteness of the base has not prevented curiosity. Over the decades, Pine Gap has been the subject of speculation because of its secrecy and restricted nature. Much of this speculation stems not from rumors, but from the visible scale of the facility and the limited information released publicly. While many assumptions made by the public are inaccurate, the confirmed operations alone are significant enough to maintain the site's reputation as one of the most sensitive facilities in the world. For residents of Alice Springs, Pine Gap is a feature of the landscape, but not part of daily life. Aircraft approach patterns are controlled, the airspace overhead is restricted, and access roads are monitored at all times. The layers of security reinforce the message that Pine Gap is not an ordinary installation. Even decades after its construction, it remains heavily guarded, with no sign that its mission is slowing down. Today, Pine Gap continues to operate quietly, processing vast amounts of information that never appears in public reports. Its radomes still stand in perfect rows, and its operations involve systems more advanced than the satellites first connected to it in the 1970s. The combination of secrecy, scale, and strategic importance makes Pine Gap a unique element of both American and Australian intelligence infrastructure. Unlike many Cold War sites that were dismantled or abandoned, Pine Gap is becoming more significant as global surveillance, satellite monitoring, and electronic intelligence continue to expand. The world has changed since the facility was built, but the need for comprehensive data collection and analysis remains central to modern defense. For the public, Pine Gap exists as a remote location surrounded by desert and silence. For those aware of its role, it represents a vast network of information that shapes national security decisions unseen by the outside world. Its purpose is not theatrical or exaggerated. Its importance lies in its ability to observe, intercept, and analyze information at a scale that few facilities match. Pine Gap remains, after all these decades, a place defined by what cannot be shown or explained. Its presence in the Australian desert is a reminder of how much of modern intelligence work occurs far from public view, in facilities that reveal little and operate without attention. It is not a forgotten relic. It is an active, evolving center of operations, carrying out tasks that will likely remain classified long into the future. Thanks for watching Forgotten Destinations, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It truly helps this channel grow. And tell me in the comments, what place should we uncover next? I'll see you in the next video. And until then, stay curious, stay safe.